Hi guys, and welcome to Wolf and Bushcraft. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm on the island of Schiermonnikoog, right behind me, at the lovely North Sea, which is on the other side, and I'm doing a little beach cleanup. And yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about human behavior, about the impact that we have on our ecosystems, about the problems that come with that, and I hope that I can create a bit of consciousness for the problems that come with our consumerism, with our thoughtlessness, with our ignorance. And yeah, while picking up a bit of trash and talking, I just want to give you a couple of ideas on how to change your own behavior in order to minimize the impact you have on our natural environments. And if this is of interest to you, then just join me in this video. Let's go. Here's a lighter, old big lighter from Adrian Glavan, which seems to be, I don't know, that looks kind of Czech or maybe Polish to me. Could also be from former Yugoslavia, so Croatia, kind of like that corner of the world. Crazy, eh? The stuff that ends up at shore. And here's another problem caused by modern men. That's a fishing net from a fishing trawler, and I can already spot from here that this material is synthetic. It's made from some kind of polyester mix. Also right here, if you can see this, those aren't natural fibers, and that has just been washed in from the shoreline over there. And now you can picture the problem if we got dozens and dozens, maybe even hundreds of fishing boats out there trawling the sea, and maybe once in a while losing these things. Then this ends up right in there. If you're unlucky, it's not getting washed up ashore. I can show you this right here, like there's heavy metal parts, eyelets on this, and maybe if there's still some weight attached or so, it just stays in the sea, slowly starts to disintegrate, and it turns into microfibers, which then are also eaten or filtered by crustaceans, by shellfish, by other kinds of animals of the sea, and then it ends up in the food chain and in us. So yeah, keep that in mind. It's our responsibility to keep the planet clean. And if you're consuming industrial fish, by the way, you're becoming part of the problem. Try to buy your fish from people who are fishing in a sustainable way. It doesn't cost much more. You can find some folks in your area. Just educate yourself and contribute a bit to a better environment. Here's the next piece of trash. You can see this. This is also from a net, and that's just plastic. Look at that. This isn't even made from any type of cloth or so. That has no space or no reason to be in the ocean. So I'm also gonna take this along. Just to show you in between, I also found this here. Those are wet wipes, maybe fell off a boat or so, or were just thrown away. Can't really tell it. Maybe somebody just left them here on the beach. I hope you can still see me well. It's raining quite a bit, so also the lens is covered in raindrops. But anyway, that's the result after 20 minutes of walking on the beach. An entire poopy bag, like a dog poopy bag, filled with stuff. And then this plastic thing, and of course, needless to say, that needs to go in here. There's containers at every beach. Pick up that stuff, throw it away. It's not too much of an effort. Let me just show you. This is what it looks like. It's all stuff that has been washed up on the shore. Baskets, milk cans, fishing nets, plastic here like from liquid fuel, a bottle, banana crate, another crate, Mountain Dew over there, gloves. Just insane, eh? And that's all stuff people like you and me buy and let, yeah, cargo ships ship around the entire world on the sea. Crazy, isn't it? Okay folks, so I quickly took some shelter here in the dunes. Right, all around here you can see these marvelous dunes which are protecting me from the west wind that's coming in from the coastline. And yeah, let's just talk a bit about pollution, about consumerism, about my personal responsibility as well as your personal responsibility. And yeah, in order to start off with a very interesting story, I would like to talk a little bit about a natural disaster which occurred here on this island on Schiermonnikoog just 2 years ago in 2019. And one morning, one nature photographer went out onto the shore and found these huge containers that you would find on cargo ships, right? Those ships that go through the Suez Canal and basically around the Cape of Good Hope, and just carrying all these huge containers with products from China, Taiwan, anywhere from overseas, right? And what basically happened is that one of these ships got into distress due to a storm. They dropped the entire cargo, and 270, you need to picture this, 270 containers were washed ashore. Some of them all the way up to the shore, others just like being out about 1 kilometer into the sea. They have not been fully recovered. So there were just a couple of containers which could be salvaged, and yeah, you can picture what happened. The islanders found furniture on the shore that was washed onto the shore. They did find fishing nets, cleaning substances, so like those tiny sprays, like the Mr. Clean things, you know, or like those toilet cleaning bleach bottles and these kind of things. They found, what else? Even microplastic. That's actually the worst part, because there were these tiny pellets which were shipped to a company manufacturing PET bottles. So the bottles you get if you buy Coca-Cola, Sprite, Fanta, sparkling water, Mountain Dew, all this kind of things. And yeah, you can picture the impact. If we just stay with these tiny micro pellets, like those plastic pellets, which are a resource for other factories to make these PET bottles, those will be washed out into the sea. They will basically erode, get scratched off by barnacles, rocks, you know, and just disperse into tiny, tiny, tiny pieces of microplastic. And this microplastic, as I mentioned before, will end up in the food chain. Tiny crustaceans will eat this kind of stuff. Scallops, cockles, you know, all the bivalve will filter that through. This will end up in fish and other kind of sea creatures, and in the end end up in your body. And I need to stress this because you need to be aware of the harm you're doing to yourself if you're just going out and you're just consuming completely blind, you know, and in kind of a state of ignorance. Because you are part of the problem if you buy certain products, just as I am part of the problem if I just go out and get myself a bottle of Coca-Cola, right? The stuff is not being recycled. And you know this if you watch documentaries like what was it called? The Seaspiracy, recently launched on Netflix. Absolutely worth watching. If only 1.5% of all the plastic trash we generate is being recycled, then what about the rest? It ends up either in landfills, or it is burned, or, as in the case of this island, it will just be washed out into the sea and mess with the entire system that planet is relying on. So yeah, I think I make my point clear by saying, you know, all these kind of things. And what I want you to do is just to start thinking about what you're doing. What are you consuming which you don't essentially need? Do you need to drink Mountain Dew, or can you just drink water? Can you use a steel canteen instead of a plastic bottle, right? If you're ordering stuff from AliExpress or whatever kind of cheap Chinese platform, do you really need this? Is it essential? Is it worth having tankers with heavy diesel or heavy oil going all the way from China to Europe or the States or to wherever, you know, just so you can have, I don't know, a Pikachu, what can I say, like a Pikachu keychain, or maybe a like a smartphone cover that features, I don't know, your favorite comic figure or so. Start thinking about these things, right? And then just gradually try to minimize your consuming of harmful products. That means products harmful to nature and hence harmful to you on the long run. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I hope you understand my point. I'm not saying this because I want to point fingers and say like, hey, you're a bad person. The problem is we're all in this. I also need to buy products which unfortunately are packed in plastic. For example, if you go out and just get, let's say, like a bunch of carrots, like in the supermarkets, they're always packed in plastic wrapping, right? If you buy cucumbers, especially the biological ones, they put it into plastic wrapping. It's just completely insane. But yeah, once you start becoming mindful of this, you start to change your consumerism or your consuming patterns, so to speak. And with that change comes an improvement of everything around us. That's basically the message. So I'm not pointing with fingers at you and saying that you're a bad person. I rather want to motivate you to become more aware of what you're doing, more aware of your surroundings. Start thinking about this. Start thinking about the impact and the role you play, like the impact you have, I mean, and the role you play out here in nature, you know, on this planet. Also because the human population is growing, right? And we're getting close to 8 billion people. It's a rather small planet. We're all depending on it. And we just treat it as if it was an unwanted child. That's the sad truth. And yeah, maybe from that comes some feeling of guilt, but also a feeling of motivation, you know, to go out and change something. Try to turn that frustration or maybe that feeling of guilt into something positive. Take it as a spark that will inspire you to live better. Better for yourself and also better for the environment. The both things go hand in hand. I think I stressed it enough, right? So yeah, that's basically it. I hope you will join me in this. And other than that, I can only hope that this video is speaking to you, that you like this video. If you got any remarks or any things you want to say, drop a comment below. If you want to inspire people by giving them some examples of how to live more sustainable, just drop it in the comments below. Tell me about the changes you make in your life so I can also get inspired, and all the other people watching this too. And yeah, furthermore, also share this video. Just make sure you spread this with people. Not so that I can get more clicks, but that people see what's actually going on in the world. Let's do this together. We're all in this together, all right? So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for keeping up with my gibberish and babbling. And yeah, up until the next time, have a great time outdoors. Take care.